Namaskar. First, I would really like to thank all my Smart India Hackathon participants who have been selected for this grand challenge to join this second session. Last time, as you were aware, that I did a session, but there were a lot of network issues, connectivity issues, and because of that, and the issues were not because of the bandwidth, to be very honest with you. It was because of some policy protocols in our organization, which was actually blocking my joining to YouTube. Because now we are very, very concerned about attacks, cyber attacks, and so on and so forth in government. As a result of which, the policies have got strict, and sometimes the ports which are required for connecting get closed. So they worked on it eventually, but I'm really thankful that today I could connect with you all, and we can have this discussion. So as last time I announced that we are trying to select teams for interaction with our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji, and we received a large number of videos. So we are still getting it, but we have also received large number of videos. So internally, my team is scrutinizing these videos actually to look at which teams could be selected. But please understand, there are going to be 2 or 3 things which are going to be very, very critical while we will select these candidates. One is certainly quality of idea. Second is the connectivity, because will be facilitated by NIC. Okay, so and NIC has limited bandwidth in terms of their connectivity and robustness of that. So they are going to select 5 or 6 centers across the country where people will go there to those centers and join. So currently NIC is working on shortlisting the centers also. So first is, as I said, quality of ideas, and then the second preference will be also given which are the students or participants in the vicinity of that selected centers. Okay, so I know if I have to ask, everyone would like to interact with Prime Minister. Please understand, my dear friends, that it is not going to be logically possible for all. So we understand your passion, we share your feelings, because if I was in your place also, I would have loved to do it. But we will try our best to identify some good 4, 5, 7, 8 members who can actually talk to Prime Minister on behalf of all the participants. And believe me, my dear friends, even we are not going to interact during that session. Only students will interact during that session. So you people are that way more lucky even than us. Okay, so that is very critical. So some people will get selected, many people may not get selected. So I will request all of you to not get upset. Please understand, we have extremely limited slots available with us, and actually determines how we can take innovation movement forward. It will help us penetrate amongst the students, connect with faculty was Smart India Hackathon. So we are very keen on ensuring the success of Smart Join on an online initiative. Some people had hesitation, some people had reservation. At the end, you all accepted. So really, thanks to all of you. So it's saying buffering. So whether it's still buffering or you can hear me buffering a lot. No, I don't think from our side it is buffering. It may be from your side, because I am getting all the messages which are saying that it is going from my side. Whether it's clear or it's still buffering. It's clear. It's clear. Now it's good. Okay. Okay. So what we will do, I would like to share with you two or three very important things which you should remember. First is that large number of people actually complained or talked about networking issues, that how they will participate if they have networking problem. So I would like to actually request all of you to consider this as a dress rehearsal to your future. The reason is now, if you see, all the businesses are moving online. There is a lot of work from home culture which is coming up in all the IT companies. So you will have to ensure that you tackle these problems. And Smart India Hackathon is actually about solving the problems, solving the challenges, tackling the challenges. So what we will request you is that you have a strategy on how you are going to come up with network issues. As you might all be aware that we have written to all the colleges which are under AICTE to facilitate students who approaches them. So, and we have released that letter in public domain also. So if you have any problems, if at your home, if you don't have connectivity, then you can certainly take that letter, approach a nearby college which is there, and request them that whether they can you can use their network or actually compete from their campus. Okay, so that is extremely critical. So please do that. Okay, so that is one thing. Now messages have started coming up. So I think we are live. There is no buffering problem. People have started also writing that they can hear me. Okay. The second thing it is that, as you are aware that now we are working all from home. Large number of companies have actually telling their IT companies, big IT companies are telling their employees not to come to the campuses and work from home. So this is a good, what we can say, as I said, dress rehearsal or a real life scenario for you to actually collaborate with your team and work online to deliver your product. Okay, so these things are very, very critical, and it's a good learning. So please, so that you are ready once you immediately get the job. Okay, so this is one important thing. Second, should take this Smart India Hackathon extremely seriously, because we are going to select students for future international hackathons from the Smart India Hackathon. For example, now we are started working on India ASEAN Hackathon. So India and all ASEAN countries, together. So this hackathon is scheduled in November. Then we have started working on India Portugal Hackathon, and we have also started working on India Australia Hackathon. So for all these hackathons, the winning teams from Smart India Hackathon will be considered for selection. So we will not be actually looking at other teams, because we have huge number of teams within the Smart India Hackathon community which are doing really phenomenal. So for any further selection, we are actually going to consider the teams from Smart India Hackathon Grand Finale. So please compete to best of your potential, not only just to ensure that you do best in Smart India Hackathon Grand Finale, but also to ensure that you get good opportunity in further or upcoming international hackathons. So this is another second very, very important thing. So because some people are saying, please repeat, so I will just repeat. First, consider this as a dress rehearsal to a real life scenario, which you will have to tackle once you move out of college, that is work from home. So network issues you have to conquer uh, by having different strategies. You can, as I said, go to a nearby college or go to your friends or relatives, or work together as a team in some place where you have good network quality. So that is the one part. And second part is, consider this initiative extremely seriously, because you will be actually get selected based on your performance in Smart India Hackathon for the upcoming international hackathons. So these are two important things which you need to keep in your mind or bear in your mind. The second thing is that I hope you have received now all the information regarding your nodal centers, because I have been talking to the nodal centers, and nodal centers are telling us that they have reached out to all the people. If if you some colleges have not reached out to, please inform us. Okay, that is very, very critical, because the information which we are getting from our side is that all the colleges have reached out to you. Okay, so this is the second thing. The third thing is that we are working on an online platform, and next week we will start doing the demos of online platforms and training of online platform for the participants. So please keep yourself available, please be ready for it, so that you get trained on how to use the online platform. Okay, so currently we are actually explaining our nodal centers on how they should go ahead, how they should work with you, how they should communicate with you, how they should evaluate you, and so on and so forth. So since last 2 3 days, those trainings, those interactions are certainly happening. Tomorrow, Professor Anil Sahasrabuddhe, Chairman AICT, as well as Dr. Anand Deshpande, who is the co-chair of this initiative, and he is the chairman of Persistent Systems, are going to address nodal centers and evaluators to ensure that they do job which is of international standards, to ensure that they are motivated to best of their ability, so that they do best evaluation and give you the as much as possible or the best possible support during the Smart India Hackathon. Okay, so we are taking this extremely seriously, and for us, nodal centers are going to be the real focal points who are going to interact with you. So we want to ensure that the nodal centers do the best job to make your life easy and to support you in every possible way. Okay, so that is very, very critical. So if you have not received anything from nodal centers, then please reach out to us on Twitter or on Facebook. You can, as I said, if you send a message on Twitter, you need to tag 3 4 handles, like MHRD Innovation Cell. That is a very, very important handle which we follow. You need to tag us. Then my personal handle Abhay Jere, that also you need to tag. Then minister handle, Dr. Ramesh Nishank ji, minister handle you need to tag, and you also need to tag SIH handle. So the reason we are trying to request you to tag all these 3 4 handles is that none of us should miss your message. Okay, so that this is very, very critical, because we want to help you as much as we can. We want to reach out to you, we want to solve your problem. So some people have started still saying that no information related to nodal center. Tanuj Sharma is saying, or some other one is some other people are saying. So please write to us. I have written your names also. Tanuj Sharma, I remember. But if you know the nodal center, then which nodal center you are tagged to, please let us know. So we will reach out to that nodal center also, that why still you students have not received information about the nodal centers. Okay. Otherwise, I will also ask my team to centrally put out one sheet giving information of all the nodal centers so that you have the contact details of people at your respective nodal center. So that is very, very important, and we will certainly do that. Okay. So as I said, this grand finale is extremely important for us as well as, and we understand the value of the entire initiative for the participants also. I am getting a large number of questions regarding hardware results. So as you are aware, we have selected all the hardware. We have received all the hardware entries, and we have given it to evaluators. And evaluators are working on it. So we will announce the hardware results soon. Okay. So don't worry. We are working on it, and we will do it. The only thing is that as hardware is a 5 days or a 6 day kind of a contest, and it requires a lot of physical presence within the workshop of students, mentors working very closely together, the social distancing norms are going to create a problem. Okay, so don't get unnecessary anxious, because even if we announce the results right now for hardware grand finale, we may not able to what we can say organize immediately. Okay, so we are going to certainly do it, but it is going to take some time. Okay, so please understand the online. Okay, so now I will be more than happy to take specific questions if you have, because side by side I am reading your comments. The comments are really flying very fast, so it's sometimes very difficult for me to actually read them. Okay, so please start putting your comments or your queries, and I will start answering them. So is there any Google form which is getting circulated? Uh, uh, so there was initially a Google form for seeking information from students, what is their distance from a center, their designated center, whether they are in the same city, whether they are in a different city. Because as I said, we want, if we have to select students for interaction, then we want to have also to know how far the students are, whether we can take those students to that center for that interaction, and so on and so forth. Some people may ask why you have to take these students to, or the participants to the center, and why they cannot do it from home. uh, we want to avoid that, because then there will be no control about how that interaction happens. Sometime it can happen in some places there could be large participants who will get gathered at one particular house. If we say we are going to interact with that particular student, and the neighbors may come, or some other elements may pop in, or antisocial elements may pop in also. So sometimes it becomes even a security issue. So we don't want any interaction at anybody's home, uh, considering the corona crisis also, as well as considering security issues also. So we cannot announce that some person sitting at some home will actually talk to Prime Minister. It can happen that somebody can come with some antisocial problems, or uh, some banners or something of that sort. So we need to take care of that. So please understand, we have to think a lot when we are doing all these. This is office, NIC, as well as participants, the social distancing norm. We will allow the students to interact with the Prime Minister. So please understand, we have our own limitations also. Okay. Uh, can you hear me? The second thing is judging criteria. Another question is of judging criteria. So we are going to announce judging criteria, or maybe on Monday or Tuesday, and there will be very, very definite criterias which will be there. Okay, so don't worry about those criterias. We will do it in a very, very fair way. Okay. So any other question, or are we actually offline? Evaluation process. Any deadline for video submission? Yes, I think today was the deadline for video submission. If you have not submitted videos, don't worry about it. Okay. So today was the anyway, we are going to select only 7 to 8 participants to interact, or teams to interact. Okay. And as I said, I have already answered about the evaluation process. There will be 3 evaluation rounds. Hello? It is saying still reconnecting, buffering. Now you can hear me? Good. Buffering overload, buffering. But I think now I am live, right? Now you can hear me. Can we submit a video? Okay, so I will go and I talk about the evaluation again. There will be 3 evaluation. The first evaluation will be on 1st of August, okay, in the evening. The second evaluation will be on 2nd of August in the evening, and on 3rd of August we will have what we can say the power judging, or the final evaluation. And on 4th, we will actually go ahead and announce the results. And the final valedictory function will be on 5th of August. Okay. So this hackathon will be spanned over 5 days. The first 3 days, the evaluations and finalization of things will happen. On 4th of August, we are going to go ahead and actually announce the results. And on 5th, we will have the valedictory function, where we will publicly talk about and we will congratulate the teams and so on and so forth. Okay. Today only we have shared schedule, a day-to-day, minute-to-minute schedule with our minister, Honorable Ramesh Pokhriyalji Nishank, for his approval. And we hope that today, tomorrow, we will get the approval soon, and we will announce the schedule, minute-to-minute schedule for this hackathon, maybe in next couple of days. Okay, so you will get all the details. Don't worry about it. We are also equally concerned about you. Okay, so I think I have answered the evaluation mechanism and the process which is going to happen. Okay, so just ensure that during evaluation process, you will be given a time slot. So during that time slot, you please ensure that you have network available. It will be a 15-minute slot. So just ensure that you have best of the quality network at that time, so that you can interact with evaluators. So this is very, very important. How will you demonstrate the projects? Or so you can do screen sharing, because you can use WebEx. We can use WebEx or Microsoft Team or many of these tools, or Zoom, so that you can share your screen and actually you can describe what you are doing. So it is not going to be very difficult to show the product if you have anything, or you can actually have a live video demo also. Okay, so those things are possible. So don't worry. And as I said, you are hackathons, you are problem solvers, right? You are participants of an hackathon. So you have to be part of solution rather than be part of a problem. Okay, so you have to innovate on ensuring that you showcase your project, you showcase your product in a right way, so that evaluators will know what you are doing. Okay, so rather than asking so many questions, how this, how that, So these things are quite standard things now, right? And you can certainly will able to do it. Just ensure that you try your best. I don't say that the process is going to be completely glitch free. Okay. And but together, let's try to ensure that we make this grand finale completely successful. Okay. Why we have not received the Google form link? So Google Form link was shared with all. I think please check your email, the email which you have given to us, because we have sent Google Form link to all. Okay, as per. So there was no selection in a sense. We need data sets, sir, for better results. Very good. So the thing is that currently, if for some problem statements you don't have a data set, please create your own synthetic data set. Okay. If the judges like your idea, then post hackathon they can give you the data sets. So if you don't have data sets, work with synthetic data sets. Okay. Then what are the other questions? Time limit for final presentation. We will share what is the time limit for final presentation. We will share with you all the details. Don't worry about it. You will get each and every information which is required to. These are the procedural issues. We are also very concerned about these issues. You will get those, and it will be very fair, and it will be consistent for all the teams. Okay. Uh, so the comments are going so fast, it's very difficult for me to uh, uh, read those comments. So what about the winning teams or the prize money they are talking about? I think that was the question. So once the winning teams have been announced, we will start working with those teams to deliver the prize money. Not only prize money, we will immediately ask those teams to create a proposal on how they want to take their project forward. And we will have another committee to actually evaluate those project proposals. Okay, because this year we want to ensure that large number of projects should get converted into startups. Okay, so that is going to be extremely important aspect for us, and we will be focusing heavily on that. So immediately after the hackathon, we will share with you the format of project proposal only with the winners, only with the winning teams of hackathon. We will ask them to create that proposal, submit that proposal with us. Then there will be another committee which will look at those proposals. They will interview those teams, and some of the teams from that will certainly get even financial support to take to take their projects forward. So this from this year, we will ensure that hackathon as well as post hackathon initiatives are extremely seamless, and we do it within a very limited time span. Okay. So what about mentoring session details? It's another very good question. So usually when we do Smart India Hackathon, there are two sessions. One is mentoring session, the other one is evaluation session. So mentoring session will also happen. So in the morning, mentoring session will happen, and in the evening, evaluation will happen on both the days, the 1st of August as well as 2nd of August. 3rd of August, there will be no mentoring session. There will be a final judging round. Okay, so I have answered that question also. What is the mentoring session? What is the mentoring session? Mentoring session is where the evaluators will actually give you positive suggestions. Okay, and they will actually ask you to, and they will give you some modifications to do so that they can judge when they are evaluating that whether you have done those modifications, what is the capability of the team, and so on and so forth. Okay, because sometimes every project will be at different level of development. Some of the projects you might have already worked on, some So every project starts at a different level. So to ensure and to judge the capability of the team which is working on it, okay, the mentoring sessions, the mentors will give you suggestions, and you have to implement those suggestions also, and they will check to what extent you could implement those suggestions. Okay, so that is the mentoring session. What about the proposed? So very sorry, friends, I'm not able to take so many questions because it is really moving very fast. PM interaction. Total prize money. Total prize money, we have said this year for winning team, there will be one winning team, one problem statement per problem statement. This again, we are going with the same format, and that winning team will get 1 lakh rupee prize. Of course, post deduction of the taxes as per the government rule. Okay, so 1 lakh rupee prize per problem statement. This is what we have working on, and we are selecting about anywhere between 3 to 5 teams per problem statement. Okay, so except the ISRO part, where ISRO is really looking into merit of each of the team, and for some problem statement they have identified 5, 6, 7 teams, and for some problem statement they have not identified even a single team because they felt that the suggestions were not good. So so except ISRO, for everything else, I can certainly go ahead and say we have about 3 to 5 teams per problem statement, out of which one team will certainly get one prize money, while all others will get certificate of participation. Okay, so that is very, very important. No mail received. Regarding what? So, as I said, large number of participants are talking about hardware. Please don't try to confuse people here by sending those messages. I have already spoken about hardware, saying that hardware results are under process. We will announce them once we are ready with them. Okay. Student innovation. What about student innovation? That is another good question. So student innovation will have 3 prizes, 1 lakh, 75,000 and 50,000, 3 prizes per center for student innovation. So that is very clear, and that all last year also we did the same thing. This year also we are going to continue with the same practice. Okay. So you will, that's what I am saying. We will put out the document soon answering all these questions. See, large students are talking about Google Forms or Google Forms. I have already shared, told you that we have shared Google Forms with all. Okay. It depends upon which email you have given in your database. Okay. Okay. So I think if there are no more questions, then I can certainly stop here. Again, next week we will be talking. Either me, I will be there joining live with you, or my colleague Mohit or Pratap or Sarim or Disha will join. Okay. We will be continuously in touch with you. Maybe every alternate day we will be with you, discussing things, discussing the development. And as I said, next week we will also start doing demo for the platform. So thank you very much for joining this session. I hope that today's session was useful to you. I really would like to take this opportunity to request you to join all our subsequent sessions, because these sessions are going to be very, very critical. I will also request you to share this video with all your friends, because last time we had to delete the video because the video was not very synchronous in a sense. So we deleted that, but we received large number of messages, sir. Now we cannot see the video, but we are going to keep this video. So please share this video and subscribe to this channel, because I will be continuously coming on this channel.